How much do you want for the carriage? You said not your business.
You can count on us.
Fresh blueberries, 1 pint package, hot price $4.99. Fresh Purdue chicken thighs, just $1.99 per pound. Bermuda's Best mayonnaise, 30-ounce jar, hot price at only $3. Scott Extra Soft Toilet Tissue, 4 rolls, only $3.29. Pampers Baby Dry or Swaddler Diapers, hot price $9.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Wednesday, May the 16th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. Serious injury was somehow avoided after an unknown individual opened fire on the Docksiders pub in the small hours of this morning. The establishment was filled with patrons at the time. A single bullet went through the glass door at the entrance of the popular bar and ended up lodged in the ceiling. The bullet has been recovered. Now, as a police investigation into the matter gets underway, Detective Chief Inspector Naima Aswood is urging anyone with information to come forward.
It is very early in the investigation, and we are not ruling out any possibilities, including the fact that this may be gang-related. It is very disappointing for the Bermuda Police that the last confirmed discharge of a firearm was on November 3rd last year, over 6 months ago. As a result of this recent development, members of the public can expect high-visibility policing patrols and should not be surprised if stop and search powers are being used. At this time, the Serious Crime Department are appealing for witnesses, as well as any individuals who were in the establishment or outside the establishment when this incident occurred, or any persons who have photos, video footage, to contact Detective Sergeant Jason Smith at 717-0864, or you can call 247-1739, or if you wish to remain anonymous, call the Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-8477 at the earliest opportunity.
A press release from the Docksider Bar said it was cooperating fully with police and that this was the first incident in 25 years of operation that it had seen this level of seriousness. The statement went on to say that the gunshot has come as a complete shock to our staff and patrons. The Shadow National Security Minister Michael Dunkley also spoke of his sadness at the incident, saying such events were an attack on the livelihoods of Bermudians.
When you hear of an incident like this last night, and social media has put it all over Bermuda in the past 12 or 14 hours, it's very disturbing and it's sad because we are now right in the beginning of our busy season, with hotels looking for a good season, with cruise ships looking for a good season. Right, cruise ship port is right there in Hamilton. This was a shot at the future and opportunity of all Bermudians. That's the way I look at it.
No application for a work permit has been received from the controversial singer R. Kelly. That's according to Walton Brown, the Minister of Home Affairs. In a statement, Mr. Brown said he takes very seriously any allegations regarding a person's character. The entertainer was rumored to be performing on the island later this year, sparking outrage online. He's been linked to numerous allegations of sexual abuse in the past. They include accusations last year by 3 sets of parents that he'd held their daughters in an abusive cult, though he's never been convicted of a sexual abuse charge. Mr. Brown said he would not normally comment on individual cases, but because of the heightened public concern, he said he felt compelled to comment. Well, an American cruise ship passenger visiting the island has been fined after 5 rounds of live 9mm ammunition were discovered in her handbag. Here's more. 36-year-old Kentucky resident and mother of 2, Julie Martin, admitted to the offense of possessing the ammo without a license on May 14th this year. Prosecutors say the real estate agent arrived at Heritage Wharf on board a cruise liner with a Michael Kors handbag. Her and her husband left the ship to visit a local beach. On return, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the X-ray failed to detect anything. However, on a second return from dinner, the That same bag was found to contain 5 rounds of Gorilla brand 9mm ammunition. She told staff she forgot they were in her purse as she carries them with her in the States for safety precautions and was later arrested for the offense. Defense lawyer Richard Horseman explained that she moved office 3 weeks ago and leaving the ammo in her purse was a complete accident. However, Magistrate Kamisi Tukumbo replied those bullets could have leaked into the community. Someone could have stolen her bag, adding, "We have a gun problem here." Martin apologized for her negligence and said it's commonplace for people to carry ammunition in their car or purse in her native Kentucky, and pleaded to return home to her young children. She added she carries ammunition with her in Kentucky for safety reasons, as she's been threatened on the job on previous occasions. The visitor must pay a fine of $800 before leaving the island. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News. We'll have more for you after this short break, including more on a damning document on the Bermudian education system. Stay with us.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace Food Court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up and go to good carpets.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
I've been diabetic for 13, 14 years.
People develop type 2 diabetes over a number of years.
People can lose their sight. There are other people who have lost their limbs through amputations. There are many people who are on dialysis, and you're at increased risk for things like strokes and heart disease.
I had fears that I would have a heart attack, or I would have a stroke, or I would lose limbs, or lose my eyesight. The program Diabetes Reversal has made me really realize that it's a lifestyle change.
The program is designed so that the patient can learn to take control of the disease instead of this disease taking control of you.
I feel so good. I feel like I've been given a second chance.
It's not a crash course, it's not a diet course, it doesn't involve supplements or pills or anything like that.
Just take that leap of faith and know that there is a way without medication.
I invite you to take the first step on the journey of the Diabetes Reversal Program here at the Premier Health and Wellness Center.
Welcome back. Leave the politics out of public education and focus on ensuring students are prepared for life and making the best of the opportunities that will arise from their qualifications. That's the advice the government has highlighted in a report commissioned to provide an overview of the public school system. Gary Moreno has been reporting exclusively on the document.
The report cites the politicization of public education, the structure of the Department of Education, the unclear division of labor, and an unhealthy relationship between the ministry and the department as undermining leadership roles in public education. The report suggests these problems hinder efforts to reform public education. The transformation, the report continues, should begin and end with the quality of teaching and with consistent and sustained efforts to ensure the highest standards of teaching. The author contends this is, however, scuppered by budget cuts, lack of respect for professional technical knowledge, and clashes in philosophy, approach, and opinion. A situation which is purportedly compounded by the scrapping or switching from one initiative to another before they are given time to succeed. A situation blamed on budget decisions made outside the Department of Education. There is also the claim that while there is a need for investment in professional development and coaching, the professional development budget was cut, with coaching positions in subjects of greatest academic need eliminated. However, with regard to the latter, a source at the Department of Education indicated to us education officers have now been put in place to perform those functions. It should be noted the budget brief for the 2018-2019 allocation for education and workforce development shows there has been an increase in the allocation for that ministry. In fact, the amount budgeted, $140,560,000, reflects a $5.8 million increase over the previous year's allocation. But the removal of $560,000 of that amount for the labor section of the Department of Workforce Development, which comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, makes the actual increase for the Ministry of Education and Workforce Development $5.3 million. Elsewhere, we were reminded that government in the speech from the throne clearly stated it supports the implementation of Plan 2022. A community-driven plan which involves, among other things, improving infrastructure and instructional resources to ensure system success in public education. The Department of Education, we were told, is engaged in the implementation of that initiative, which has already begun addressing many of the numerous issues contained in the document from which we have been reporting. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
The government held a press conference this afternoon to discuss a report on the country's money laundering and terrorist financing risks. That report was released a short time ago. According to the Premier and Finance Minister David Burt, it says the threat of large-scale problems for Bermuda is low.
There was no evidence that terrorism or the financing of terrorism is taking place in Bermuda. Therefore, the threat was deemed to be low. An area that is high risk in other parts of the world are donations to charities. Charities in Bermuda, however, were assessed as medium.
The Premier said a working group has devised a plan to make sure any risks are being addressed and mitigated. In some countries, betting shops have been used by criminals to launder cash. There's no evidence that's taking place in Bermuda, but a report in the Royal Gazette today said background checks weren't always being done on the ones profiting from Bermuda's multi-million-dollar betting shop industry.
We have taken the steps to address and to mitigate that risk, and betting shops are now under the purview of the Casino Gaming Commission, and they will regulate that area as necessary to make sure that any risks from that area are properly mitigated. That did not happen previously to us in office. It is now happening.
The nature of money laundering and terror financing makes it hard to know how much dirty money is cleaned on a yearly basis. The UN, though, puts it at about $2 trillion. Technology has only heightened the risk as money now moves anywhere with speed and ease. The increasing popularity of virtual currencies and initial coin offerings, which are mostly unregulated outside Bermuda, have raised fresh concerns. This report, which covers 2013-2014, didn't address these issues, but the Premier says the government is actively working to mitigate those risks.
Prior to this government actually deciding to regulate that space, there were companies, as we're a common law jurisdiction, there were companies that were already operating in that space without regulation. We have now put that regulation in place. We believe that is a positive to assist in making sure that we recognize the risk and have appropriate regulation in place to make sure that we protect consumers and we also protect the country's reputation.
Weather now, and can this string of beautiful days last? Here's AccuWeather with the answer.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and it has been another beautiful day across the island. Not too many changes to our weather here, staying nice and also dry as well. As we have a dominant area of high pressure, you can actually see a lot of the clouds staying well off to our west. We don't have any major disturbances to talk about. Overall, it's looking nice and dry. The downfall to this is we haven't seen much rainfall so far this month, under 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. So we're kind of lacking in the rainfall department, but I guess if you're here visiting, you picked a nice stretch of time to come to Bermuda, as we are under the influence of a very dry pattern right now. You can see our water vapor, the yellow indicating where we have drier air. Closer to the coast of the east coast here, we do have showers and thunderstorms. You can see that with the moisture, but overall, pretty quiet here in Bermuda. And we have a nice dominant area of high pressure right over us right now. You can see the circulation around it, and this is just going to keep the winds coming in out of the south and east over the next couple of days, so you can expect these temperatures to still stay a couple degrees above average for this time of the year. And if you're heading out and about for tonight, no issues. We're in the upper 70s right now, so feeling pretty good outside. Our humidity currently between 70 and 75%. Winds are out of the south-southeast up to about 10 knots, so not too windy out there. The water temperature comfortable at 76 degrees, and we don't have any issues out there on the water, so no marine alerts to speak of, at least for the near term right now. Overnight tonight, it stays mild, 73 degrees. We'll have mainly clear skies out there. Your upcoming tide times, take note to No marine alerts up in this bar. High tide coming in tonight at 10:18, and our low tide will be coming in just before 5 a.m. on Thursday. So get ready for another nice day tomorrow. It will be nice and sunny outside. Temperatures right around 78 degrees. Our nighttime low right around 74. So very similar to what we saw today and what we're expecting as we head into tonight. Now, if you are going to be doing some traveling, different scenario out toward the East Coast, a little bit unsettled. New York City and Boston, not too bad tomorrow, 72 degrees, but New York looking at some showers, also some showers and thunderstorms throughout the southeast, Atlanta down into South Florida, and we also have a couple of showers impacting some of the islands, Jamaica, Barbados, also Trinidad. Temperatures right now are currently in the upper 80s. Take a peek at your extended forecast. Next couple of days, not too many changes. Temperatures will be staying in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees. Nighttime lows staying in the low 70s. And again, we don't have any major disturbances, at least in the next 5 days. So get outside, enjoy the sunshine. Looks nice right through early next week.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition, and as I came down the water slide I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool, and I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
Every day we run into adults who have been through it. You know, you talk to someone who's taken the SCARS training and they say, wow, that really revealed something to me that I had suppressed for years. And so it's good that it's bringing it to the surface and now people can actually deal with it. And it helps to heal you. You become whole again. Because for so long people have had the fabric of their souls kind of destroyed by this issue. And so SCARS is healing.
Here it comes! The most exciting event of 2018, when the Oracle Boat Shed and Dockyard is the place to be. Sunday, May 27th, with the chance to come on down and play The Price is Right for fabulous prizes. Featuring the famous signature four-ways brunch with jazz music provided by the unit at either 11:30 or 2 p.m. with The Price is Right immediately after each seating, hosted by Mike Bishop. Proceeds will benefit Friends of Hospice, a charity supporting Agape House. Tickets of $150 per person will include your four-ways brunch, first mimosa, seat at The Price is Right, and one chance to win a luxury Mercedes-Benz GLA car, courtesy of Prestige Autos Limited. Book online at ptix.bm. But hurry, as seating is limited. Sponsored in part by Martini, Wedco, American Airlines, and Bermuda Blueprinting. We look forward to asking you to come on down. This is a Planning Factory Bermuda and Sound Concepts production.
Attention Bermuda College alumni. The college is preparing to mark its 45th anniversary next year and is calling on all those who graduated from a course to share their experience. Organizers say those who also graduated at the defunct Technical Institute, Hotel and Commerce, and Academic Sixth Form Center are invited to take part. Tarai Trott spoke with the college's Lyndon Jackson, himself a Bermuda College alumni.
Well, we thought we'll use the 45th anniversary, which is a kind of significant kind of anniversary for Bermuda College, use it as an opportunity to reconnect with our alumni And we're doing this through an online survey. And through this particular online survey, we want to find out a little bit more about our Bermuda College alumni, what their experiences were while they were here at Bermuda College, you know, what helped them succeed, and what they've been doing since. It's part of our overall plan to sort of broaden our relationship with our Bermuda College alumni. It is a short survey. It usually should take about 7 minutes. It's on www.college.bm, and students can click on it, or sorry, alumni can click on it and access it. And once they finish that, down the bottom there'll be some personal information that would help us to broaden our base, and we'll be able to kind of reconnect in that sort of way.
Kenita Perry, who works as a counselor at the college, recalls the early days of the institution.
So I was actually 3 years old when they first came to Bermuda College because my mom was working here. She was here for almost 30 years. So my first experience, I just remember the expensive halls, walking around, looking into the library and things like that. And it has always been a sense of family and a sense of community for myself, and I make the assumption that it was like that for others that were here. Of course, I'm talking about Roberts Avenue, and that's where it started. But eventually, we came here to Sterlington campus.
And staff are keen to point out that it remains a great low-cost option when compared to the cost of attending an institution overseas.
It is quite affordable to be here, and also students are able to take their first 2 years from Bermuda College and transfer them overseas. So if we did not have that opportunity, I'm thinking that funding may actually be an issue for some people. For others, going overseas is not an option for them. And Bermuda College, we have our online and distance programs. We have our PACE program where people are able to do certifications and things like that without actually having to go overseas. So, you know, I actually can't imagine not being able to do that.
Still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
You can count on us.
Fresh Express Coleslaw, 14-ounce package, half price, $1.99. Fresh pork shoulder butt, hot deals at $2.39 per pound. Blue Ribbon hamburger or hot dog rolls, 8-pack, hot price, $3.49. Bermuda's Best ketchup, 20-ounce bottle, hot price, only $2. Select varieties of ShopRite frozen fruit, 12-ounce bag, hot price, only $3.49. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in-store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
The 109th Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby is here again. Join ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM with all of the excitement starting at 8 a.m. with the pre-marathon broadcast live from Somerset with Ian Rollins. He will bring you live interviews with current and former competitors, and you can be assured he will keep you abreast until the start of the race. That's Friday, May 25th on ZFB TV7 and Power 95 FM. Brought to you by BF&M Group, BAC, Universal Electric, Lindo's Group of Companies, Security Associates, The Phoenix Stores Limited, Surface Trends, and JBM Realty and Associate Services.
Sport now, and the sponsors of the Heritage Day Junior Classic Road Race say this year's edition will be different. Earl Basin has tonight's sports report.
The Bermuda Heritage Day Junior Classic Race is set to take place on Friday, May 25th. Sponsors of the event, Lister Insurance, will be celebrating 20 years of backing the event.
In the initial stages, when we first set up the race,
the overall race committee for the senior race was a little skeptical, and they only allowed us 50 runners. And they were concerned about whether we had enough of a window for them to finish before the senior race started. So we had a invitational race, and it stayed invitational throughout the years, but our numbers increased. So we went from 50 up to 75. In the last 2 years, we've been running 100 races every year, 100 runners. And this year we've made a switch. This year it's actually an open race rather than an invitation race, because so many people have wanted to participate, and we've had pressure back and forth to try and see, can our child, can our run? And we've always been invitational because the Athletic Association knew runners who were sort of in the time frames that we were sort of given from the senior race. But this year we said, well, let's try it because we've had so many requests from opening up. So it's an open race this year rather than invitational, and we'll see what the numbers bring.
Flora Duffy has been named the United States Sports Academy's Female Athlete of the Month for April. Duffy dominated the women's triathlon events on the international stage in April of 2018. In the International Triathlon Union World Triathlon Series event in Bermuda. She also took gold in the women's triathlon at the Commonwealth Games in Australia earlier in the month. Each month, the public is invited to participate in an Academy's Worldwide Athlete of the Month program by nominating athletes and then voting online during the first week of every month. St. Augustine University student athletes, including Shaquille O'Neal, combined to win 38 U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association's NCAA Division II All-Atlantic Region Outdoor Track and Field honors. Dill earned All-Region honors in 3 events. Dill won All-Region in the 400-meter dash, 800 meters, and the 4x400-meter relay. The Age Minors also earned All-Region honors in 3 events. Minors received NCAA Division II All-Eastern Region Outdoor Track and Field honors in the 800 meters, 1500 meters, and the 4x400 meter relay. 5 members of the Shaw University Women's Outdoor Track and Field team, including Tiara DeRosa, have been recognized by the United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association in the All-Atlantic region. Sophomore DeRosa was named All-Region in the women's discus. Meanwhile, the Bermuda National Athletic Association announced that Olympian Aroncha King has been selected as a member of the NACAC Athletes Commission. Dowray Rollins and his Sussex Seconds teammates continued their second 11 trophy campaign with a trip to Newport Cricket Club, South Wales, to take on Glamorgan. Glamorgan batted first and were all out for 217. Rollins had figures of 3 overs, none for 31. In reply, Sussex were all out for 113. Rollins was one of only 5 batsmen to reach double figures. He would score 10 runs over 15 deliveries, hitting 2 fours. On day 2 of the Valkenswaard International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands, both Gillian Teixeira and Tyler Lopes were in action. In the CSI 2 Medium Tour 1.40 meter Table A 2 rounds with a jump-off class, Teixeira and Chakova finished 31st. They clocked a time of 71.79, but they had 4 penalty fault points. Teixeira and Namarula finished 10th competing in the CSI 2 Small Tour 1.35 meter Table A against the clock with a jump-off class. The pair recorded clear rounds, clocking 40.03. Lopes competed in the CSI 1 Big Tour 1.35 meter Table A against the clock class riding Escalada. They would finish 33rd, clocking a time of 74.49, but they had 4 penalty fault points. Warwick Academy was in dominating form as they swept all 4 divisions at the Bermuda School Sports Federation's Middle School Girls Badminton Tournament. Ajale Hollis got things rolling for Warwick Academy when she defeated Isabella White from Summersville Academy in straight games to win the Under-13 Girls Singles title. Megan Johnson won the Over-13 Girls title with a 3-game battle win over Tatum Brewer from Summersville Academy. Hollis teamed up with Adriana Argent to win the Under-13 Girls Doubles Tournament with an 11-9, 11-9 win over Salters duo Anna Marnes and Cardwell. Johnson teamed up with Taylor Horan to win the Over-13 Girls Doubles title in a 2-game final win over Brewer and Lindsay Smith. The International Snooker Tournament got underway with a team event inside the Ocean View Golf Club. Bermuda entered 2 teams that faced off against teams from Halifax, Nova Scotia, New York, and Calgary. The Bermuda 2 team of Stephen Bremer, Mike Zimmerman, and Kino Zul won the team event with 24 points. Halifax and Bermuda 1 finished in second with 21 points, with Vancouver finishing third with 19 points. The 2018 Bermuda Netball Association Summer League season got underway last evening at the Bernard Park with a doubleheader. The Bermuda Under-19 team defeated PHC 37-10. The Under-19 team were led by Sela Tuzo and Kamala Nazir, who both scored 10 goals each. PHC got 5 goals from Tara Lynn Simmons and Vanika Simons. The BAC Women in Blue defeated the Bermuda Under-16 team 25-15. The BAC Women in Blue got 14 goals from Nikita Trott, and Darika Simons added 11 goals. Amaya Butterfield scored 7 goals for the Bermuda Under-16 team, with Nazia Berkeley adding 5 goals. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Hope to see you again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.